Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Wednesday Live. Welcome to Home Built Workshop. How we all doing this fine Wednesday morning? As we get situated here, I can't see the chat. I don't know what happened to it. There it is. There it is. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I know. Newbies, I tell you what. How's everybody been? Feels like it's been forever since we've hung out, even though it's not really been forever. It's only been a week. Let's see here. We had a little sling blade throwback going on here, which is pretty awesome. Robert also says, hello everyone. Hope you're all well and staying safe and healthy. Paul's here, Sam's here. What's up, everybody? What's up? I gotta move this camera. It's like too far away. Something's weird here. All right. Let's see here. Paul says, oh yeah, because I said it's a great movie, Sling Blade. Yeah, it isn't. It's one of my favorites. I am not a movie person, really at all, but there's a handful of them that I really like, and that's one of them. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend you go check it out. Paul says, yes, it is, but only because Billy Bob was married to Angelina Jolie. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Kept the vial of blood on time, as did she. That's interesting. Paul says, a little voodoo charm for Sling Blade. Yeah, I don't know if I ever knew that. Rick's here. Rick says, hi, Jeff. Good morning, Rick. Is this crooked? Why does it look crooked? The camera looks crooked. There we go. I think that's better. So what's everybody been up to in the last week or so? I probably don't even have to tell you what I'm up to at the moment, but I will in a little bit. But I'm going to give you a few minutes to guess based on what you can see in the picture. Rick says, good morning. Sam says it was up to 32 Celsius here yesterday. 32, what's that, 88? It's not too bad. It's not terrible. It's getting up there, though, but not awful. Let's see here. Terry's here. Terry, good morning. Terry says, hey, loved your guitar mold video. Right on. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hopefully there was some helpful information in there. Yeah, that's awesome. Right on. I appreciate that. Are you in the middle of building an acoustic yourself? We like details. You can share. Feel free. Speaking of acoustic guitars, just a side note, I think I mentioned, I don't remember when it was, a while back, that I'd saved a walnut board, a figured walnut board, for some guitar stuff. And I had that with me yesterday as I was working on some of the stuff here. And I was talking to a friend of mine about maybe resawing it to make some acoustic sides or something like that. But yeah, because I keep saying I gotta get another guitar planned, and I'm thinking maybe black walnut back and sides. The problem is the board that I have is not wide enough for the back. It'll work for the sides, but it's not wide enough for the back. So I'd either have to do a 3-piece back, or come up with a different piece of walnut. I'm not really sure, but yeah, trying to plan a little bit. Sam says 32 is considered a heat wave in the UK. Oh, really? 32 is? Yeah, so that's like 80. Yeah, it's like 87, something like that Fahrenheit. It is pretty warm. So does it really not get that warm there, Sam? Really? Like what is an average? What's a normal warm day for you? Maybe around what? 30, 28, 26? I don't know. I just like to learn. Well, Sam, stay cool in the heat wave. Hydrate, I don't want anybody to get heat stroke, which I wouldn't be surprised if I haven't had a couple of times in my life. Robert says, I goofed up yesterday. Went to Lowe's to buy some wood glue to start working on a mini guitar. I meant to go Lowe's. Where did you goof, Robert? I guess I'm I missed the goof. Did you mean to go to Lowe's, but you didn't? Is that what I'm reading? Paul says, finished up the bowls for work. I saw the picture of those. They look awesome. Yes, very nice. Nicely done. It says now they're taking an order of about 50 pens. Still fighting the Gretsch. Oh, no. Wiring worked until I put parts back in place. Hate hollow body wiring. That's weird, Paul. If everything worked and then you put it back in place, do you have a bad solder joint or something somewhere? Maybe a ground wire broke? I don't know. I'm just firing off the top of my head, which is pretty shiny. Yeah, that's interesting. I've got a small update for that weird strat we've been talking about, but I want to wait and see if... Oh, there's Harry Dude. I'll get to that in a minute. No, I might as well do it now. Harry Dude's here. So yeah, the update on the wiring for that strat. I was talking to my friend yesterday. I was over at his shop, working on these actually, but one of the strats is wired, but the neck pickup is dead, which is exactly what I was seeing. Even when Harry Dude was on the video call and we were going through stuff, the neck pickup does not work. The bridge pickup does. The first one is wired right now so that everything works as it should, but the bridge pickup the neck pickup is dead. So it's all wired. There's been some emails sent out to some different repair pickup people, I believe. Waiting to hear back from them also, and also waiting to hear some more information from the customer as to what they want to do. Do they want to just wire it up anyway with a dead pickup? And it's kind of stalled at the moment as we're waiting for waiting for more information, really. But one of them is wired. I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I didn't have the correct wiring diagram for these pickups. And we talked about that. The diagrams were in that book that we talked about last week. For some reason, the diagram I had for those pickups was not correct. And that was part of the problem. I was getting sound from the bridge, but I was only getting half the bridge pickup. I wasn't getting both of the hot rails together. So I was getting one single coil out of that. But wired correctly, the bridge pickup on that one is super hot, like 18 or something like that, 17 or 18. And but yeah, just waiting for more information from the customer, as well as, I don't even remember who it was. My friend had emailed them something about the pickups. I don't know if it was the actual company or someone affiliated with the company or something like that. Just trying to figure it all out. It's turned into quite the ordeal. Okay. So yeah, that's where we're at. Terry says, not yet. Oh, building a dulcimer. Right on. That's going to be cool. Paul says, do a two-piece back with a V-shaped middle. Maybe some alternating woods. Yes, I thought about that. That's exactly what I thought about. I'm not against the three-piece back at all. I think I would prefer a regular two-piece, but I'm not against it whatsoever, especially because most likely this would be something for me. Maybe not, but at the moment, that would probably be the plan. Kaiser Schultz is here. Kaiser says, hi. Kaiser says, today's my birthday. Right on. Kaiser, happy birthday. Right on. Awesome, and welcome. Sam says 17 and 18 is 17? That's like 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It really doesn't get much warmer than that? Wow. Robert says, trying an experiment using a child-sized strap body, but a standard 25-inch scale. Forgot to get the glue. Oh, you forgot the glue. Oh, darn it. I've done that more than once. Not just glue, pretty much anything. I really try hard to work off of a shopping list. Keeps me from buying, too much extra stuff. But sometimes I'll forget to write something important down. And then, of course, it's not on the list, so I don't get it. And then I get home, and it's like, oh, did you get the whatever thing? Dang it, no, it wasn't on the list. Oh, boy. I think that'll work, Robert. I wonder if you might have to enlarge the neck pocket, though, to fit the neck on there. And I don't know how the intonation's going to work out. You might have to relocate the bridge a little bit to make it work, but I don't see why it wouldn't. You may have to move the bridge back. If you're using a 25-inch scale guitar or a neck, you may have to move the bridge back. Unless it'll intonate as something else, which it might actually. No, I don't think it will. Unless you remove a fret, and that's not going to work. Yeah, anyway. Let's see. Paul says, if you want to sign over your house, I'll send you some Brazilian rosewood. Oh, yeah, CITES. I have one set left. Yeah, I don't think I need to sign over the house. Yeah, no. Roger's here. Roger says 32 Celsius in Texas is winter weather. 32 Celsius. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 60 degrees. Which is, no, it's not. It's 32. It's more like 70 degrees. Sorry, I was looking at that. No, I'm all messed up. I'm getting mixed up with the Celsius Fahrenheit. I was thinking 32 Fahrenheit. But yeah, 32 Celsius. Yeah, you're getting up to around 90. We've had that here this last week. Woo, last week was pretty toasty. So I can only imagine how warm you were down there. Hair Dude, what's up? Kaiser says, here's your second like. Right on, thank you. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up. Tell YouTubes that this is like the fun place to come hang out, talk about shop, talk about projects, talk about guitars, whatever you're working on. That's what we do here. Robert says it's a standard 25-inch scale neck. Paul, something like that, which is why I hate wiring F-hole guitars. You have to pull them through the holes. There's always a chance of breakage. Yeah. Yep. Kaiser says, hey, home built, today's my birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. Paul, let's verify the neck pickup. We get to an audio jack by itself and an amp to make sure. I did that before I even called for backup on that, and I could not get anything from that. Even with an ohm meter, checking all of the different combinations, I can't get a single reading on the neck pickup on this particular guitar. Sam, perhaps make a bunker underneath the house like Colin Furs did. Yes, isn't that insane? That is wild. That guy is just nuts. Hair Dude says was going to ask about the Strat wiring. Yes, I hope you caught all that. Not a whole lot of progress. He got the same exact results that we got, and we're just waiting for more information to see if we can get something done with the pickup that's dead. I don't know. I don't know if they were bought new. So that's the hard part, right? Of a customer sourced parts. I don't know the status of anything. Were they new old stock? Are they knockoffs? Are they, I don't know. Are they old repurposed ones? I have no idea. It doesn't look like anything's ever been soldered to the back of them, but I don't really know. I don't know. It's tough. So this has turned into quite the ordeal, which I would imagine we all get to deal with from time to time. Sam says, do you pick up a pickup in a pickup? I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. If a woodchuck could chuck wood kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Robert says, most likely we'll have to go back to Stillwater today after the stream, both to buy the glue I need, but also need to get some more fuel for the mower. Yeah. Kaiser says, thank you for saying happy birthday. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, that's awesome. Gotta wish a happy birthday if it's someone's birthday. Roger says, currently building a Tele-style concert ukulele. From Hawaiian Koa. That sounds cool. There's a fly in here, and he's driving me nuts. Look to Source Electronics for it in a 4-string variation. Any suggestions? I don't know the string spacing of an instrument like that, but you might consider at least looking at electronics for a cigar box guitar. Get out of here. You could check out some places like CB Giddy. They have different pickups and electronics, and some of them have pole pieces like a regular electric guitar pickup, but some of them don't. And depending on the string spacing, if it doesn't really line up with the pole pieces, maybe you could use more of a lipstick style pickup. Or there's some options on there. Just some stuff to check out. I'm not sponsored or anything by CB Giddy, but I've ordered quite a few parts on there for cigar box guitars. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. But maybe somebody else has some different suggestions for, some pickups and things that you could use for electronics. Time Surfing's here. What's going on? Time Surfing says, good morning, you 100K powerhouse. Bam. Good morning. I don't know about powerhouse, but anyway. Sam says, oh, Kaiser, happy birthday. Donna says, good morning. Right on. Good morning, Donna. What's going on? How's your day? Are you on your epic trip? Hopefully that's going good. Strings Attached says, my wife says hi. Well, good morning to you and your wife. What's everybody up to? What are we doing? Robert says, I already checked the neck. I have. Oh, fits perfectly with the body. Measuring from the nut to the bridge, I think will work out right at 25. Interesting. So maybe they do take the same thing and they just put a smaller body on it. That's going to be cool. Makes it super easy, actually. Cheers. Sam says, are you making kitchen cupboards? No. No, I'm not. So behind me here is what I'm working on now. I've decided to just jump in and work on these plaques just to get them done. They've been sitting on the bench glued up for quite some time, well, a couple weeks really. And that fly, land. Would you just land? And hold still. Missed. Anyway, I've been saving boxes to package these up. I've got all of the center things printed, the center molds, everything's done. And I just said, you know what? All the stuff's here. It's starting to clog up my house in the workspace. We're just going to jump in and get it done. So yesterday I took these over to my friend Matt over at Zimbelman Guitars. We ran him through his drum sander because he can do it all in one pass. And it's a lot better result than running it through mine. And a lot faster even taking him over there because I have to do mine in 2 passes. While I can get good results that way, it takes a long time. So I took him over there. We thicknessed everything. And this morning I finished routing all of these reliefs in there. Next up, I got to cut all the keyholes. And then it's time to fire up the laser engraver and really just start making some progress. I've decided that we're just going to do it. We're going to get them done. And, you know, if I miss a week for a video, which is, I don't know yet, if we will, then so be it. But we're just going to get them done. So I am now in full on plaque mode. So that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of this week, probably next week. Hopefully by the end of next week or maybe the middle of next week, I can have these done. Probably more like the end. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Working on these black walnut plaques. It'd be nice to get them done early. I can have time to package them up, and I don't have to deliver them while the lacquer and everything still smells so strong. So yeah, we're just gonna tackle it. Putting everything else aside, except for a bunch of 3D printing stuff, which I haven't brought up yet. But that's still going on in the background. It's plaque season. And we're early. We got plenty of time. But that doesn't mean we're going to drag our feet. Sam says, oh, kitchen cupboards. Never mind, I already got that. So there you go, Sam. Plaques. Paul says, the 3 guitars I built for James Burton were all made using pickups he supplied. Made for some interesting wiring schemes. Oh, yeah. Time Surfing says, CB Giddy, good stuff. Yeah, they got some really neat different options for pickups, electronics, and all that sort of thing. And I would be surprised if you can't find something that would work for the uke. Robert says, looks like the plaques are well on their way to getting done. Yeah, we're full into it, Robert. Like I said, I just finished routing these this morning before we went live. I got half the mess cleaned up from that. I'm going to finish cleaning that up and then, get to cutting the keyhole slots. And then all the sanding, lasering, and finishing, all of that happens at the same time, basically. So I'm probably going to, if you remember the video last year, I had stuff set up outside. I had stuff set up inside. I had stuff set up in the house. It's going to be some of that again. Maybe not quite as bad because, like I said, I do have a little bit more time. I just don't want to drag this out. I want to just tackle them, get them done. Paul says another YouTube guy, Tim Sway, builds custom pickups. Does a great job. Also, he'll build what you want. Yes, I've seen Tim's some of his videos. Actually, quite a few of his videos. Harry Dude, we all get those tough customer guitar projects. I got a Steinberger in at the moment, and I may have to get a mate to machine parts for the trim as I can't get them from anywhere, including Gibson. Oh my. Wow, yeah, that's kind of crazy. I had another repair, was it earlier this week? Or was it over the weekend? I think it was over the weekend, actually, Saturday or Sunday. This was actually not a customer repair. It was one of mine. I'd heard a song that I wanted to play along with just to mess around, and it's done on a 7-string, which I'm not a 7-string player. I own a 7-string, but I'm not very comfortable with it. But I thought, hey, maybe I should mess around, get a little more comfortable with the 7-string just for fun. So I dug out the 7-string, plugged it in. It doesn't work. Nothing. Tried a different guitar, works fine. And I'm like, really? Now I have to repair my own? Turns out that at some point, the jack had spun around and around and broke off the ground. I don't remember anything being loose on this guitar because I used to play it for a couple songs in a show for the cover band, until I just realized that I could use the same tuning on a baritone, and I didn't really need the 7 strings. So I switched guitars, but I don't remember it ever being broken. But apparently, I don't know. So I ended up replacing the jack, had to, resolder all the connections, make sure all the grounds were good and all that stuff. But now it works fine. But it's kind of crazy when you go to pick up one of your own instruments and you have to spend an hour, doing some quick repairs on it just so you can play it. Oh boy. Donna says, I'm back home. It was great. Oh, it's awesome. Hopefully you found some cool stuff. Paul says, you can't swat a fly. You must use chopsticks to catch the fly. Per Mr. Miyagi. Yes. I would literally be like that movie and be there for days because I can't even swat one. Oh, he's right there. He's right there on the thing that holds the camera. If only I had the fly swatter, I think I could get him. Look at him. He's just eyeing me. Robert says, yeah, the neck that came with the child size kit is a few inches shorter. Also, the neck I'll be using is a telly style instead of a strat style. Oh, so it'll be flat across the bottom, and you'll have a little gap there, but should be covered by the. No, it won't be covered by the pick guard, unless you make a new pick guard. Paul says, use the process of making plaques as a video series. I thought about that, Paul. I thought about doing a video on the plaques, but then I got to thinking, like, I've got a full video on the entire process that I made last year. And it would, I don't know, I feel like it would be redundant and repetitive. Repetitive and redundant? I don't know. I could still put something together. I haven't really filmed much up till now. But if that'd be interesting, I could. I'm not against it. I was thinking of just doing an update, kind of a shop update video. Just talking about, hey, this is what I'm working on, kind of thing. And go watch the video from last year, sort of deal. I might do that just to show everyone kind of where we're at, instead of not putting out a video at all. Oh, I forgot to plug in the computer. I'm like, why does the screen go dead or go dark? And it says you're on energy saving mode. Because I forgot to plug it in. Flies? Now there's like 3 of them. Where are they coming from? I don't even have the door open. But yeah, I thought about that, Paul, doing something with with the plaques. Let's see. Sam says, maybe make furniture for younger children as stores mostly sell adult furniture. Fly? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the facilities to like go into production for furniture necessarily. Harry Dude says, I have 5 or 6 guitars out of action at the moment. Maybe I should take them to someone. Bring them over. Oh, I think I got one. I had to swap my own arm to get them, but... Roger! Roger has become a member, channel member, right on. Thank you, Roger. Right on. That's awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much. Yes, channel memberships are open on the channel. Not something I bring up a whole lot. Probably should, but right on. Thank you, Roger. Robert says, those darn gremlins will mess up about anything, even guitars. Yes. I haven't played this particular one of mine. I probably haven't played it in a couple years, really. Just because for me, I don't know, it felt weird. That extra string really throws me off. Even though it's a 6-string and you play everything the same, it just has an extra low string. I can't quite wrap my head around it. I'm so used to, like for doing bar chords and power chords and that sort of thing, just grabbing that lowest string for certain things. And my brain can't quite fathom. When you're playing a 7, you don't reach all the way down necessarily for like your standard chords and whatnot. Yeah. Paul says, there would be a difference. Last year, you were an innocent pre-100K channel. Now you're a mature, well-seasoned YouTuber who commands respect. Wait, what? Would be a difference with what? I don't command anything. We're just hanging out. We're just all, I don't know, sitting around the campfire, hanging out. Sam says pet flies. No, they are not pet. There's another one. They are not pet flies, Sam. He's gonna land on my phone. No, I can't smash him on that. And Paul, super chat. I gotta remember to program a sound. Paul says, for some strong hair growing right hand making coffee. Right on. Thank you, Paul. Speaking of coffee, so I ordered some stuff. I keep talking about these things that my daughter and I have been working on that we're 3D printing. I'm hoping, I still don't want to, not ready to let the cat out of the bag yet because I'm trying to get everything in order. Packaging, we're creating something that we're going to be intending to try to sell, basically. I'm not letting the cat out of the bag yet because it's not 100% ready. I'm waiting for labels, but we've been working on packaging and trying to make it look sort of retail type, professional-ish kind of stuff. But I ordered a bunch of supplies. You guys ever order from Uline? Man, they're great. Their shipping is stupid expensive, but Uline is great. And I ordered some stuff, and they sent me like some free coffee packs, right? You just pour the little packet into the coffee maker, like a bunch of different flavors. But you had me thinking about that because the one that I did this morning was actually quite good. But thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Hopefully, though, I will have more information. We're hoping that maybe we can launch the website and stuff this weekend, and then I will have updates next week. Just bear with me on that. It's fun. It's been a fun process. Paul says last year's plaque video versus this year's plaque video. Maybe I might. Maybe I'll film some stuff. Like I said, I haven't filmed a single thing, and I've already got everything glued up. All the stock is cut down, everything. But maybe I'll do an update video, plaque update video. I don't know. Maybe I'll put something together. Just because you asked for it. Hair Dude says, I feel your 7-string pain. I've only had one for a couple of months, but it does take time to get used to. I got an Ibanez cheap that needed work. I was going to flip it, but decided to keep it. That's kind of what I did. I wasn't intending to flip it, though. I found a left-handed Schecter. It's a Diamond Series, Schecter Diamond Series, left-handed 7-string. I'll bet you can't guess what color it is, though, even though it's a lefty. I'll let you put that down there. Leave your guesses as to what color this left-handed guitar is. But I bought it several years ago. I found it on eBay. It was ridiculously cheap. I can't remember what it needed. it had like some nicks and chips in there, but I feel like something wasn't working, and I don't remember. But anyway, I fixed the, drop filled the chips and got everything back together and working. It was really cheap. It was like, I don't know, $100 or something like that. And I'm like, I couldn't pass it up. A lefty 7-string. So yeah, it's I like it. I mean, it's not the higher end Schecter. The Diamond Series, I guess, is the a little bit lower end. But honestly, I don't care. It was just a fun thing. I've always wanted to mess with it, learn some different things on there. I just never dove super deep into it. I do like it. It's just weird. Sam says, program the super chat alert as Austin Powers. That'd be funny. Paul says, also, the modern dialing connecting sound will be good for super chats. Oh, yeah. Paul's guess is black. Yeah. Yes, you are absolutely correct. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Left-handed. Who would have guessed that a left-handed guitar would be black? That's what made me want to start building guitars. I'm tired of all my guitars being black. I actually have a Strat, a left-handed Strat, Mexican Strat that is not black. It's a weird color green, which at first I thought it was kind of different, but I really like it now. After I've played it quite a bit, I really like that guitar. Sam's laughing. LOL. Yeah, they're all black. Why? Guitar companies. Come on. It does not cost you any more money to spray all of your fancy colors that you spray on everything else on your black instruments. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. There's no way that it costs you more money. Am I asking you to make thousands and thousands of them just like you do with the right-handed ones? It'd be nice, but I get it, right? There's not that many lefty players. But come on. Stop offering only black. Ibanez. Schecter. Actually, I don't know. Schecter might have more. But I don't know how many Ibanez guitars that I have that are black. I think I've repainted 2. Why does the number 2 change it made the camera do something? I don't know why. Don't know why. Give us red, blue, green. Oh, the green Fender decided to at least give us a green. Paul says, I'm going to do a right-handed Strat with a left-handed neck in your honor. Well, thank you, Paul. Isn't that just a reverse headstock? It's not a lefty neck. Actually, that's all it is. It's a reverse headstock is a lefty neck. Just flip just put on the other way. There's really no difference. I think I built a reverse headstock one time. Actually, it was the Dorian that I built last year. Reverse headstock, which is basically a lefty neck, and I had to really pay attention to make sure I didn't drill the side dots on the wrong side, on the actual left-handed side. But that's really the only difference. Heritage says, mine had no strings. Someone had stuffed the wiring. Is that a theme happening? It kind of sounds like it. And the setup was really bad. Pawn shop find for $250. Nice. Nice. Paul says, as in gifts, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, it is the thought that counts. And I appreciate that thought. Right on, right on. So, the fly is hiding. I don't know where that fly is at the moment. Oh, he's right there. Should I smash him on the plaque? He's out of here. Goodbye. There's still one. So yeah, with the plaques being officially in full swing, and I'm like a month ahead. Even more than that, probably a month and a half ahead of this project. So I'm going to have it done, hopefully, with plenty of time. I hope to be able to at least get one of these lasered today, at least one, get the laser set up and all of that. I have all the files from last year. All I got to do is open it up, change the names, bam, we're off and running. So I think it's gonna work out pretty well. Get that done and then dive into some other stuff. I still have the weed trimmers back here. I got to take that back to my brother-in-law's, get that thing done. It's been doing a bunch of odds and ends stuff that hasn't even made it into videos. I had to paint a small building for a guy. Did that over the weekend. My goal was to have that done Sunday. Didn't get it done till Monday because we had rain come in. I've got one of those airless paint sprayers, so I had to prime, clean up around the building, prime, paint, that sort of thing. Not a big building, like more of a shed kind of thing, but did that over the weekend. That kind of would have been fun to do as a video, but that's kind of an off to the side project, and just got that done. That was kind of fun. You guys ever do that much painting? I don't do a whole lot of it because I don't mind it if it's, I don't know, if it's depending on the building. I would not want to paint a house where you have to like cut in around everything. That does not sound fun to me whatsoever. I don't mind though, just being able to go up to like a shed kind of thing and just spray, just go to town. As long as I don't have to do a whole lot of masking or, all that sort of stuff. I don't know. It's just not my thing. But that's kind of fun. I don't mind doing it every once in a while. It's just enough to remind me that I don't want to be a full-time painter. Robert says, we all know that with your skills, you could strip and refinish any black guitar you have. Who knows, the wood under the finish might be nice enough to put a clear finish on. That's true, Robert. I have not stripped any of them. I have one of them I resprayed with a rattle can. That one didn't turn out great. That was a black Ibanez. It turned out okay enough. I still have that guitar and I do like it. Two other ones that I have taken to my brother, who is an automotive painter, and just said, here, what do you have? And we've resprayed a couple of the bodies, and that worked out pretty good. But I haven't tried to strip any back. Maybe that might be a fun project. I don't know. But I have seen some where people have done that. Just put a clear on there of some sort, and it looks pretty good. Apollo's got my LP Junior templates in. For the new artist, he wants 2 horned LP Junior made out of pallets with some barbed wire on it. Ooh, that would be cool. Actual barbed wire. Wrap it in actual barbed wire. I've got a couple rolls of barbed wire. Paul says, I need the bricks on my house painted. If you're open for a road trip, hey, that would be kind of fun. Oh, no, I didn't say no yet. He says, I put that in before you said no. I said, I don't mind it. You do all the masking and cutting in so that I can just like spray it with the sprayer and it'll be done pretty quick. That's what I'm saying. I like the actual spraying part. The rest, I don't enjoy it one bit. Like all the scraping and prep work that you have to do for certain projects. It is not fun. I do not like that at all. Paul says, I tried refinishing a guitar once, found the paint was almost a plastic. Had to use heat and scrapers to get to bare wood. I have seen people do that. Yeah, you heat gun and it just like melts it off sort of thing. Yeah, that'd be quite a project. Maybe I should find something sometime. A real cheap eBay find. If anybody finds something super cheap on eBay, that's not like that's still kind of a name brand. I don't want to go with like a, what are the cheap brands now? I can't even think of it offhand. But like a Fender, Ibanez, Schecter, something like that, Epiphone even. You find something cheap, lefty, let me know. Maybe that would be a fun project. Send me a message or something, because I don't browse eBay and that all that much. But if anybody happens to see one, shoot me a message or something. No, you never know. It's got to be cheap though, like pretty cheap. I don't want to spend, I don't even want to spend a couple $100 because honestly, I don't need another guitar, but I'm open for something cheap as a project. We could maybe refinish it, fix it up a bit. Paul says, I have some 100-year-old barbed wire I use. Yes, the old school stuff is super cool. I have some around here somewhere. It's before the barbs were like twisted and tied around there. These were like a diamond shape, right? The barb is a diamond shape with a hole in the center. And it's threaded on one strand of the wire. And then as it's twisted around every so often, this little diamond shaped thing is on there. And it looks super cool. Harry Dude says, video suggestion. Paint, strip a guitar body and repaint or refinish. Maybe a series of videos, paint, oil, stain, etc. See, that's what I was saying. If I can find one, I'd be down to do that. Absolutely. Paul says, go to Walmart, grab yourself a First Act. That's the name I was thinking of. No, I'm not. If I was going to do that, I want to do it with at least a guitar that I would want to play, right? So some sort of a name brand. Doesn't have to be something super expensive or fancy, but I would like it to at least be a reputable brand. You guys, you get it. I'm not going to do it with a First Act guitar and then, because I will never, ever play that guitar. I just won't. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? But I like that idea, Harry Dude, and I would totally do that. I just got to find the one. So if you guys help me keep an eye out for something like that, it's got to be a lefty. Because I don't even know if I don't think I want to hack up a guitar and then try to sell it again. So if I'm going to hack it up, I want to keep it. So anybody spots a lefty that would be a good candidate for a refinish, let me know. Harry Dude, paint strip to Strat copy with a heat gun. Be careful as the heat can disturn the glue on the bodies with multiple pieces of wood. Had a glue joint open up. I may have been a little heavy-handed. I could see that, and I'm glad you mentioned that because that's not the first thought that comes to mind with a heat gun, but absolutely, yeah, I could totally see that. That would be a fun project. Just kind of a little refurbish, and just to see how it turns out. I think it would be cool, unless it just looked like total garbage. To put a clear on there, a clear finish of some sort, a stain or something like that. Robert says, it's amazing to see what some people will slap a coat of paint on. I bought a cheap garage sale small dresser. It had been painted black enamel. Stripped it, and the wood was a black walnut plywood. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You might find a good one. It says, without the paint, the dresser looked much nicer. That's also something else I gotta find. You'd mentioned dresser. I gotta find my daughter a new dresser. I would like to build one, but looking at the space and how challenging it is to build stuff like that, I just don't think at the moment, I don't think it makes sense. Yeah. So I got to find her one. Maybe I can find her like some sort of old one or something like that, Robert, that's been somebody's jacked up with paint, clean it all off, redo it, make it look nice. The one she has now actually was one that was mine when I was her age. It's super old, but it's finally started to fall apart. I've patched it back together more than one time, but I got to find one for her. So there's a fly right there. The camera's going to shake. Be ready in 3, 2, 1. Got him. There's another one. Why do they keep landing up there? Where are you guys coming from? What's wrong with these things? Paul says, I bought a first act on eBay about 8 years ago, $15. Did lots of work on it, but quality pickups, components, fret job, bone nut, even that extra pickup plays well after putting $200 into it. Yeah. Paul says, put a dresser in a small closet in daughter's room, converted entire closet into dresser with storage. Yeah. The closet in her room is not very big. Neither's her room. Neither's our whole house, really. But that's an idea. Unfortunately, we ended up having to use part of her closet just for household storage because we have to get creative with storage. Harry Dude, refinished a Squire from black to Atlantis blue for a friend's 40th birthday present. Sanded the body down to bare wood. Sprayed primer and color with auto acrylics and spray cans. Yeah, that would work. A Squire, I would do that to a Squire. Yeah, a Squire would be an option. In fact, you could almost buy a brand new one. Well, I don't know about a lefty. I was gonna say you can get some of them for under $200 brand new, like 130 or $50, like on Sweetwater and all that. Yeah, Squire would, I would do that. In fact, I have a Squire that I used to play in the cover band. That it's a righty actually, that a friend of mine actually gave me. It's a righty, but I tore it all apart, replaced the pickup with Seymour Duncan Invader. I replaced the pick guard with a blank pick guard so that I could flip the thing over and then drill in a different location for the volume so that it was out of the way. So instead of, when you're playing, if you flip it over, like all your volume and tone falls right under your arm right here. So you're hitting everything. I drilled the volume up a little ways out of the way so that I could still play. But instead of the volume being down here where your arm would hit it, it's up here. It's in a weird spot, but it's clear from playing. And I played that for probably 2 years, maybe. An upside down Squire Strat. Took the headstock decal and all that off. It was a pretty fun little guitar to play, and I still have that. I painted it like a flat black, and then I put a red mirror pick guard on it. So it looks kind of cool. That was a fun one to play, and then I played that for quite some time until I built my very first one, and then that kind of took the place of this upside down Squire. But yeah, I'd be all about a Squire if I could find a cheap lefty. Yep. Tony's here. Says morning sunshine. Morning, Tony. How are you doing this fine Wednesday morning? Right on. Paul says closet in daughter's room is 2.5 by 2.5 feet. Expanded it to 3 feet wide. And dresser is 2.5 feet deep. Yeah, I might be able to. I wonder if I could do something like that. I'd have to do a little experimenting. I might be able to. Man, these flies, they just never stop. I don't know where they're coming from. I'm gonna have to look at that. I gotta do something. I keep forgetting. Like one side of it, partly like we moved it not too long ago, and we weren't careful enough. My daughter and I wasn't careful enough, I guess, and I skidded it on the carpet, and stuff doesn't slide. I guess I didn't take enough of the drawers out. I just thought, it's gonna be fine. And when I slid it on the carpet, it snagged and like started to pull the side off, which had already been put back together before. So yeah, I just need to get her a new one. That would be kind of cool, some sort of a built-in thing. Wonder if I could pull that off. Maybe. Anyway, yeah. So man, it's just been busy. It's been busy around here, and a lot of that comes down to, I think I mentioned, right? School started back up. This is our first full week of school. School started last week, and just trying to catch up from things. And yeah, just getting things caught up, getting things rolling, kind of back into the swing. Getting up, making sure my daughter's up for school, then take her to school, all that sort of stuff. Kind of the routine is coming back, and there's just been a few things that I got to catch up on, and that's kind of what we're doing. Had to do this painting of the building, like I said, and a few other things that we've been working on. But yeah, so far things are going good. I'm excited to be on this, just to kind of get them done. It's definitely fun, way less stressful than last year. Although I still plan to hit them super hard, because I don't want it to drag out. But man, last year was super rough. This year is going to be a lot better. I still have some buddies who are going to come help. At least one, maybe two. I'm not sure. They're going to help a little bit. They helped me out last year, so that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, just going to be getting things caught up. Man, the flies? They're never ending. Sam says, I like the way Americans say mirror. The British say mirror, but Americans get stuck on the er. Do you say mirror? M-I-R? Mirror? Or M-E-E-R? Mirror? It's mirror. But I don't know. It's just different dialects. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff too. Paul says, I'm the same way when you say aluminium. Harry Dude probably says it that way too. I think that's Australia and in UK. Yeah, I like the different dialects. And the fact that we can each say, oh, you guys say it weird. And you guys, and then they, well, you say it weird. No, you say it weird. We don't get mad. At least not here. Maybe some people do. I don't know. I don't get mad. Say however you want. Sam, LOL. Sam says 4th of July is the British way. You should say July the 4th. We say the 4th of July. I don't know why. We don't say the 25th of December. We say Christmas is December 25th. At least I do anyway. So I don't know why we don't. Why don't we say the 25th of December? It's December 25th. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, here, dude. Aluminium. See, I said it. I said it that way, just for you. I like all that stuff. I learned so much from all of you, like from all the different areas, different parts of the U.S., different parts of the world, all of that stuff. It's so cool. So thank you all for being so, I don't know, agreeable. I don't know what the word is, but thank you for being awesome, basically. Aluminium. It's kind of fun to say it like that. Man, why? It's like I kill a fly and 3 more come back. I don't understand where they're coming from now. I'm gonna have to get another can of fly spray. There's at least 2 or 3 flying around that I'm watching at the moment. Sam says apple pie is a British creation, as is A1 sauce. I do like me some A1 sauce. It's super good. And apple pie, even. Missed. Man, they're awful. So, what do you guys have coming up? You guys got any projects in the works? Paul's going to be painting some bricks, it sounds like, on his house. I got a paint sprayer, Paul. It works really good. Do you guys know what I'm going to be working on? Next week, I hope to have some more update, or an update, or to at least be able to talk more about the project that my daughter and I have been working on behind the scenes with the 3D printing. Next week is the plan, hopefully. If all goes well, which so far it's going pretty good. But and then I'll have another update. I'll try to put some sort of a video together. It may not, actually, it will probably not be a full this year's plaque builds versus last year's plaque builds. It probably will be more of an update, kind of an overview of where I'm at. I'll put something together, some sort of a video. But yeah, I'll probably do that. I do have a video coming out this weekend. It's already done. I've already filmed it before I started on this. It's talking about a trend that I'm seeing. Like, and I don't know if you guys have noticed that. And some of you probably have, but I don't know if this is a worldwide thing or if it's more of a US thing. Has anybody noticed that a lot of guitar builders, luthiers, are not maybe taking complete custom orders anymore? They're maybe doing more spec type models with maybe some input custom type stuff from the customer. But as far as a customer bringing them the whole idea, I want this body shape that I drew up on the back of this napkin, that sort of thing. It seems like a lot of people are getting out of that business, at least in my area, and kind of sucks, but I sort of get it. But I just kind of going to chat about that this weekend. It's something that I've been seeing. Especially, I just saw another one a couple weeks ago say, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to offer my models, but I'm not doing customs. And, I've got a friend, a good buddy right here in town, did the same thing. It's like, nope. He's almost getting out of building altogether, which I think sucks. But again, I get it. But yeah, that's something that I've seen, and so I just wanted to bring that up, and we'll talk about that this weekend in the video. Hair Dude says, I get confused when Americans put the month ahead of the day and the year, like 12/8/25. In the U.S., it's the 8th of December, and the rest of the world, it's the 12th of August. It's the 8th of December. The rest of the world. Yeah, 12/8/25. See, that's how I write the date. Month ahead of December 8th, 2025, which is actually my brother's birthday. In the US, it's the 8th of December. Oh, in the US. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. We only do that, as far as I can think of, for the 4th of July. I don't know why. Everything else is 12/8/25. I write that on everything. Like, not that exact date, of course, but that'd be kind of weird. But that's exactly how I write it. I don't know. It actually throws me off when I see one. I've seen some written 8. How do you do it? 8/12/25. To me, that's August 12th, not December. Not the 8th of December 25. So I can't even hardly verbalize it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. It's just different. Just the ways different parts of the world have adopted stuff, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Sam says, perhaps get a solar system. Solar would be kind of cool to play with. Paul says, yeah, do a full-on self-built solar system for you. I love my solar system. I think it would be cool. It would be cool. Sam says I got a solar pack for emergency use. Yeah, I don't really have anything solar. I've got a solar battery charger that I keep connected to the tractor. I've got a solar thing that runs a security camera. That's about it. I don't have any sort of general solar panels to charge a battery bank, which would be really cool. Robert says, watched a YouTube video not long ago where someone had one of the electric fly swatter, swatted a fly on someone's backside. It did not go very well. Bzz! Like a cattle prod, probably. That's funny. Paul says, I still do that all the time. I do standards, but the customs are fun to do. Yeah, see, that's good, Paul. I'm glad you still do. And what I'm hearing from a lot of these people, there's a handful of them in my area alone that have stopped doing full-on customs. And I'm like full-on custom. I mean, the customer says, I want this kind of shape. I want this inlays. I want this. I want, they're basically speccing the thing out. What I'm hearing is that there's just like the customers. I don't know if it's the customer expectations or the customers are crappy. But just the full custom builds are just like stressing everybody out to the point where they're not doing it anymore. I don't know. It's weird. I get it though, because I've done a few customs and there is a different stress level to that. And it's not something that I really enjoy. It takes the fun out of building. Sam says, check out Electro Boom. He made a custom electric guitar. I'll have to check it out. Paul said the military, 4 July 25. See, that way it doesn't confuse me. It's when it's 4/7/25, like day, month, year. Sam says, how to confuse Jeff in 5 minutes. Sam, you post a date in a different format than I'm used to, and it's going to take less than 5 minutes. Hey, dude, I personally prefer the military date system. Works well in my brain. I also prefer 24-hour time. To me, 24-hour time makes sense. However, not being military, I can't instantly wrap my head around it. Like, I know how to tell the time that way, but I have to think, okay, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, that's 4 o'clock. I got to think more about it because I've not used it 100%. So I don't have that ingrained in my brain. But yeah, the 24-hour time makes sense because there's 24 hours in a day. Why does it have to reset? I don't know. Isn't that weird? It's just different places do stuff. Paul says, 17 kilowatt solar with 2 Tesla power walls and 9K quiet generator. Nice. Roger says, I rarely take custom orders. The ukulele was an exception because it's a gift from a friend to a Grammy-winning musician. Wow, see, you got to take that. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, see, I've done a few customs, and I have not had the super difficult customer. So, I gotta say that I'm super thankful for that. Um, but there is a different, and this is what I'm hearing from others. There's a different level of stress, even if the customer is perfectly fine, right? I don't know. I don't know what it is. That it almost makes what starts out as being a fun build. Oh, I get to build this cool custom thing. Turns into, oh crap. I hope this is good enough for the customer. I hope I can pull this off like they're expecting. It changes the feel of the build. So like I totally get why a lot of people, probably even myself, are not doing full on customs. I'll do spec guitars all day long. Even if someone says, hey, I want this color, I want that, can you do this fretboard radius? Absolutely. But if someone says, hey, can you do this wild and crazy shape that I drew up? Nope, I'm not your guy. Sorry. But Roger, that sounds cool. Uh, Going to a Grammy-winning musician, that's awesome. Right on. Congrats on that. I'm sure it's going to turn out awesome. Robert says, I got one of the EcoFlow backup systems with a 3-fold solar panel. I think the Delta 2, I've thought about those too. The kind of all-in-one deals. That'd be kind of neat because you could use it for more than one thing. I could just have it like under the bench or something, solar panel outside, and then if power goes out, you just wheel it into the house or something like that. I thought about that. Harry Dude says, I actually read that as 2004, July 25. Oh, 04, July 20. Oh, interesting. Which I would write as 25, 725. Wow. Now I'm starting to get confused. Sam says, Robert, I got an Acer solar pack. Right on. Robin's here. Robin says, hi guys, late again. No worries. Robin, how you doing this fine Wednesday? A coffee cheers. My coffee's almost gone, but I'll still give you a cheers. Right on. So Robin, what are you working on? You got any projects on the workbench? I got a lot of black walnut plaques sitting here behind me and flies flying around that I'm slowly picking off. Paul says, gotta go. Have a great week. Right on, Paul. You have a great week too. Another one bites the dust. Now I'm going to get that song stuck in your head. Haha, you're welcome. Right on, Paul. Sam says, Paul, be safe. Harry Dude says, I wrote that date wrong. It should have been 2004. That's what I thought. That's what I expected it to say. That's when I got thrown off. But I'm already so confused on the dates. It doesn't really matter. Anyway. Yeah, anybody got any last minute questions, comments, suggestions? So I will make some sort of a video about plaques. I don't know what that's going to be. I think it might be more of a this is what I'm working on kind of video. I don't know. Because I'm not going to be doing any other video project until these are done. So I probably will try to film a little something just to put it together, just to put something together. It's definitely gonna not be a project video, but we'll break out the camera, film a little something, and put that out. Not this weekend, probably the following weekend. Hopefully by then I'll have these done. Yeah, but then it's into something else. But I'm serious. If you guys happen to spot a left-handed guitar for sale somewhere, eBay or that something, send me the listing. I'm totally down to do. To strip the finish off there and make it into something. Again, I don't want it to be like a first act or something like that. Cause like I said, I want it to be something I would play. It can be a Squire. I would totally play a Squire, especially if we're going to tear it apart. But yeah, just keep that in mind if you come across something. Robin says, I'm thinking about Adirondack chairs from a pile of Victorian floorboards. That sounds awesome. That sounds like a great project. And that's something that I wouldn't mind building too. I've never built a Adirondack chair. I don't know why. They don't seem like they're all that hard, but I don't know. I've never built one. Every time I sit in one, like we'll see them at the store or something like that, sit in one, I'm like, hey, this is kind of comfortable. We should make some of these. And I have yet to do that. So that sounds like a cool project. Yeah, I can't wait to hear how it goes, especially with old reclaimed floorboards. That's awesome. Hair Dudes. Video suggestion regarding the plaques. What you did different last year. The process, time taken. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I could talk about the differences. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to throw some of that in there. But the construction process isn't changing. Like nothing's really changing. It's just the fact that I had more time this year. But yeah, something like that. Just kind of an update, really. Robert says, I also bought a couple different jump packs. One is a bigger DeWalt. The other's pretty small. Carry with me in case my car won't start because of a battery issue. The small one works well. Right on. Roger says, enjoyed the live chat. I'll be back for more. Right on. Roger, we do this every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. As we wrap this up here, because I got another engagement I got to get to here pretty quick, but I got to help a buddy with something for a little bit, and then it's back to these. But yeah, Roger, we do this every week, every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. You have to do the math, figure out what time that is wherever you are. Yeah, it's just a great hangout. It's always an open conversation. You know, we're talking about shop projects and that sort of thing, but there's almost never a specific topic or a specific project, anything like that we're really working on or that we're really talking about. So I try to keep it an open conversation so we can all talk about whatever project you're working on, or, you know, maybe if someone's having a problem with their particular project, we brainstorm. And really, sometimes it's just general hanging out with each other. It's super awesome time, and it's just a great group, and it's so awesome. So yeah, if you can tune in, that'd be awesome. And thanks for being a channel member. I appreciate that. Robert says, everyone have a good one. Stay safe and healthy. Right on, everybody. I got to wrap this up so I can finish helping out a buddy, and then we get back to work here. So you guys, thank you so much. And I'll keep updating you on the funny strat wiring project as well, as we make some more headway on that, hopefully. So you guys, hit that thumbs up button. Again, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Share it with your friends, family, neighbors, relatives, whatever. Everyone's welcome. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Harry Dude says, cheers everyone. Catch you next week. Robert says, everyone stay safe and healthy. Sam says, YouTube deleted 2 of my comments. Sorry about that, Sam. Right on. Everybody, stay safe, stay well. Get on your shops, build some things, enjoy the weather. Sorry if it's cold where you're at, Harry Dude. Just spend some time outside for anybody. It's good for you. My phone's ringing. And yeah, I got to get to work. So thanks a lot, everyone. Catch you next time. Stay safe. Get out and build some cool stuff. Right on, everybody. Take care. We'll catch you later. Yes, we're going to end the stream.